Alright guys, my name is Metagoblin and today we're going to be counting down the top 10 leveling add-ons for Classic WoW. So today I'm going to be giving you some really useful and powerful add-ons. We have add-ons which will give you the most optimal questing route to maximise your leveling speed. There will be add-ons which precisely tell you where certain quest mobs spawn and precisely what to do in certain situations. There will be an add-on which basically expands the quest log, so we actually have wowhead links on top of each quest, which is really useful. And then add-ons which will show you, where chest locations are on the map, so you can make a little bit of extra money while you're leveling. So overall, some really useful add-ons. But just before I jump in, guys, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch if you want to catch any of my live streams. I will be leveling an alt soon and be leveling this priest that you can see right here, so look forward to that soon. But anyway, let's jump into the video. So the first add-ons that I'm going to cover are Aeroth Autopilot and Guidlime. So these are two basically pretty standard leveling add-ons. What they do is they're going to give you optimal questing route and tell you what to do. The reason why I'm talking about both these add-ons is because both are pretty good, but they have advantages and disadvantages. You have Aeroth Autopilot, which is very, straightforward and simple. You can see this on the left. Tells you what to do, tells you where to go, and the downside to Aeroth Autopilot, however, is that it only works up until level 40. So when you go beyond level 40, you may want to get Guidelime. Guidelime is like an add-on, very similar to kind of Zygob, but obviously a little bit like, well, just less features, I would say. And you have all the quest steps of an optimal questing route, and as you complete them, these checkboxes will be completed. You can actually manually do it yourself as well. And yeah, that basically just tells you what to do. At the moment I have like a level 10 to 20 guide, which I'm probably going to follow, when I start leveling this character. So there you go, Bob's your uncle, two really good leveling add-ons, which are just going to tell you what to do so you're not leveling inefficiently. The third add-on we're going to be talking about is Gatherer. Obviously Gatherer, we know this as an add-on which basically tracks nodes for mining and herbalism and stuff like that. We're not really going to be using it for that. We're going to be using it for more useful things that aren't related to actual profession leveling. For instance, if you look very closely on the map here, I'm probably going to go to the Dark Shore soon. What I can see on the map is battered chests, solid chests. I can see chest locations, and I can also see giant clam locations underwater. You basically got everything that you really need to see with this gathering. I also obviously have herbalism enabled as well, because I do find that useful, and you've got fishing stuff as well. The main reason why I'd recommend getting this add-on is because the knowledge of having, basically knowing where chests are will help you a little bit, because you can maybe take a little bit of a detour when you're running to the next quest to check if a chest is spawned, go to the chest, loot it. There might be some really good loot in there, really useful loot for leveling, for instance better gear, better weapons, and generally just like a little bit of extra money, so that's why I recommend getting this add-on. The next add-on we're going to be talking about is Classic Codex, probably the most useful questing add-on that you can actually get out there. When I say questing add-on, in this case it's a quest add-on which tells you where the quests are and what you actually have to do for the quests. If you see all these little dots on the screen right here, they're obviously different colours as well, and if you click them you will actually change the colour of them. So what this add-on basically does, it will show you precise spawn locations of every single mob that you need to kill for a particular quest, so it just makes the process of finding the mobs that you need to kill much easier. It will also display like elite mobs, like for instance Hogger here, in like a slightly larger circle to make it easier to see. Obviously you're probably thinking, Christ, my map is really cluttered, and to be honest I can deal with it, but obviously you may not want to enable certain things on the map if you don't want it too cluttered, so that is something to bear in mind too. Anyway, now that you've looked at my map quite a little bit, you're probably wondering what actually is this map add-on. The map add-on is called Leatrix Maps. So the main reason I like Leatrix Maps is, one, I can resize the map to whatever size I want it to, and then I can zoom in, because obviously this is a lot of clutter, this is a lot of information on the screen, but what you can do is use the mouse wheel to actually scroll in to get a little look and see the map in more detail. To be fair, I can kind of deal with all these little icons on the screen, and I prefer to have all the information there, to be honest, because I like to know everything while I'm leveling up, and I don't want to miss anything, any nooks and crannies and extra secrets that I can find while I'm leveling. And obviously I want to do a bit of herbalism on the way, so I want to maximise my leveling my herbalism. So this is the main reason why I like this map. You can zoom in, and it's just a nice map, and it seems to be compatible with every single add-on that I've ever installed. So it's Bob's your uncle. You also can very clearly see cursor and player location coordinates, which is very useful if you're following a questing guide as well. The next add-on we're going to be talking about is Leatrix Plus. This is a pretty popular add-on by now. You probably already know you can automate quests, automatically repair your armor, accept summons, all these kind of things. A lot of useful automated systems that are integrated into the add-on. The main thing that I want to draw your attention to is, first of all, enhance the quest log. This basically allows me to get a much wider quest log so I can read the information a little bit more clearly. And second of all, show wowhead links. This is one of my favourite things to do, because what you can do is hover your mouse over here, so wanted, hogger, and you can press Ctrl C. Let's go to my browser. I'll make a new tab, put it over here. Should automatically record because I'm recording my screen, not the game, and paste that in. And here we have the quest for Hogger. So if you're, struggling with a quest a little bit, you don't really know what the hell's going on, which does happen quite a lot, and obviously can slow your leveling down quite a significant amount, and just generally be really frustrating. You can basically just quickly paste an add-on, rather than like faffing around, like going to wowhead, like typing in wowhead and then typing in the quest name and then trying to find it. You can just paste it into Google, and there you go. So the next add-on we're going to be talking about is HandyNotes NPCS. The reason why I find this really useful is because sometimes you're out in the open world and you're running out of bag space, and your natural instinct is to go back to a major town or a village or something like that to go and sell your loot. But the thing is, there are actually some NPCs out there which you may not know about, but that can do repairs, that can clear your bags. For instance, when I went to go try for the first time, I was looking for the basically the trainer for herbalism. I didn't realise it was in a hut on the way to Stormwind. If you look here, say for instance you're questing around here, then you've actually got a repair guy in the Tower of Algaz, which is not a location that people visit very often. So now and again you basically will find vendors, which, you see, there's vendors here which I didn't even know about, and there's a little camp here. But say for instance you're questing here in the Tower of Ilagar, Stonewatch Keep, which you do about like the mid-20s. Rather than going all the way back to Lakeshire, what you could do is go and do a little cheeky repair at this camp here. And there's even a vendor there, which I didn't even know about, which is, so it will massively save you time, because you have access to so much useful information when you're out, in the world questing, that you're never gonna waste time basically with this add-on installed. So the next add-on we're going to be talking about is probably the most popular add-on in existence, but there is actually an add-on for this very popular add-on which is ridiculously useful. So the add-on is Atlas, but what you want to get is Atlasquest, so you will obviously need to get Atlas as well. Here we have Nomeron. Obviously there's a lot of quests for Nomeron on the Horde and Alliance side, and what we're going to basically what this add-on does is it precisely tells you, how many quests there are, what the quest names are, and where to get them. So if we look here, there's a pre-quest here that we need to do, and we can obtain it at level 20. It starts here. This is the objective. Here are the notes which give us a little bit of extra information of how to complete the quest in the dungeon. And as you can see, you can switch it between Horde and Alliance quests very, very quickly. And yeah, this is just generally really useful extra add-on for this add-on, which is going to give you some detailed dungeon information. What I normally do before I do a dungeon to optimize the efficiency, experience the efficiency of doing a dungeon, is I research all the quests that I can do for this dungeon on Google. Well, now that I'm leveling, again, I don't need to do that. I don't need to go on Google. I've got it all integrated into the game, because I've got all this information with this awesome add-on. So it's Bob's your uncle, you can't complain. For our second to last add-on, we're going to be talking about Titan Panel. The main reason why you want to get Titan Panel is so you can track the amount of experience that you're basically gaining per hour, so that whatever you're doing when it comes to leveling, you will know whether it's efficient or not, and you'll be able to basically get a rough estimate of when you are going to level up and stuff like that. Apart from that, you have a durability tracker, you have gold tracker, gold per hour tracker, you have some system info which is useful, something that tracks how much MP5 you're getting per second, how much health you're getting per second. So yeah, it's pretty useful. It is pretty easy to set up. Obviously most people have it on the top. I prefer to have it on the bottom. So what you can do, it's pretty straightforward. What you do is you disable the top bar and enable top bar, and you just move it around. It's pretty straightforward. But anyway, let's move on. The last add-on I'm going to talk about, just a little quality of life add-on, is called QuestAnnounce. What it basically does is when you complete certain quest objectives, for instance you have to kill 8 Murlocs for a certain quest. Each time you kill it, it will announce it to the party, which is very useful because it just kind of saves that amount of time. Because sometimes when you are group questing, you know, you've met some random in the world and you're doing a quest together, it's kind of like a faff to type on, you know, into the chat box like, I've got this many left, I've got this many left. It basically just updates everyone in the group, like what you're doing, how up to date you are in a certain quest, you know, rather than you having to go through the effort of typing it. So just a very quick, minor quality of life add-on which I would recommend for you to get. But anyway, that's pretty much where I'm going to end the video, guys. There are all the add-ons that I'd recommend to optimize your leveling speed. My name is Metagoblin, until my next video, ciao.